Nerf this!
Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Corey. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have any comments, feel free to leave those in the comment section below. I do my best to answer all of those. And take a look at the details on my videos when you get a chance. There's a lot of good info for you in there. There's a link to my Discord server if you want to hang out with me and the rest of the subscribers that are in there. We got links to WHF's recruiting Discord server, so if you're interested in joining the WHF family or just need some info on how to go about that, we got that link. We also got links to WHF's live streamer, Carbon Fin, so if you want to get notifications for when WHF's in a live war that he's covering, especially the CWL wars, go ahead and follow his Twitch channel there so you can watch those wars live. With that, we're going to get into today's video, just going to be a Town Hall 10 base identification video. I picked out 5 different attacks, and we're going to go over why they were a good choice for these bases. So with that, we're going to start out with Johnny Boy's hit. It's just going to be a Wrecker Lalo attack on 29. It is a little unique, though, and you're going to see why when we look at the army composition. So, plan over here is coming in on this side right here with Heroes, Wrecker, and the thing that's unusual is he's got a Max Golem in his Wrecker. That's not the unusual part, but he also brought 3 of his own Valks. So he's using his King to kind of set the funnel over here. King walks, doesn't go in, so he needs some more damage dealing troops in there to get that enemy Queen taken out, get some more buildings taken out. So he wants a Golem in his Wrecker to tank for his Queen for longer, get more value, and he brings 3 of his own Valks so he can still get some damage going in there, some help for the Queen, and getting some of that kill squad value. So why is it a good choice for this base? First of all, it was a damaged CC. A lot of times you don't want to send your Queen in if it's a Lava Hound in the CC. She gets stuck on it. Her value is very limited, and getting through that Hound and getting through all the pups afterwards, she doesn't get much done. So damaged CC, why a Wrecker entry was a good choice on this. And also, if you look at the entry he picks out here, he's got access to Wizard Tower, Inferno Tower, 2 air defenses. You know what I mean? And then just depends on how far the push goes. We're going to take out a bomb tower, maybe an expo or an archer tower in there as well. So if you cut off that section of what he's going to get, what you're left with is a section that's, not bad pathing as far as Lalo. We got a pretty clear path in there to this Inferno, depending on where Teslas are at. Pretty clear path into this Inferno right here. We can send hounds right across this area, soak up any bombs that might be in there, head straight across these air defenses, and just generally not bad pathing left for Lalo at all. So those are all the things that go into account on why this is good a choice for this base. So with that, he's going to start out with his King and Baby Dragon and 2 Wizards and a Loon. Try and cut that side of the funnel. He's got that little funky wall piece there with a couple defenses behind it. This was a clean attack, so he knew about that Tesla as well. So that's why he invests so heavily on that side of the funnel. He uses the King to tank, Baby Dragon, Loon, and 2 Wizards just to get all that funneling done over there. King's going to keep walking around the other side and actually establish the other side of the funnel as well. Now he's got a freeze for this single target Inferno, which is perfect because it can lock onto that Wrecker almost immediately. And that gives the Wrecker more time to get into that base a little deeper. Now his Valks are coming in, once that funnel was established, to go ahead and target the Queen, help kill the enemy CC. Goes ahead and pops his Queen too. She must have been targeted by that single, I'm guessing. So now she's going to go ahead and take out that single target Inferno. The combination of the freeze and the Valks in there allowed him enough time to get the single taken out, enemy Queen taken out, and the CC taken out. And the Queen still had time to step up and grab some more defenses. So really good choice on the kill squad there. Now he's got Loons starting to go in. Those air defenses are really far away, so he's not going to lead with the Hounds. He's going to give his Loons a little bit of time to get in there a little bit closer before he drops those Hounds. But you see that Hound that cut through the middle pulled 2 red bombs out of that middle section by the Wizard Tower there, and I think the other one might have pulled one as well. So really cleared that really dangerous area for the Loons of all those traps, and he has a heal for that section as well because there is 2 Wizard Towers in there. Very dangerous area for the Loons. So clears it with Hounds and covers it with the heal as well. Honestly, I think he covered it so well with his Hounds, I don't even think that heal was needed. But, you don't want to go into a section like that without a heal in the first place. So really well played on his part. And just like that, this base is wrecked. Johnny Boy's an excellent attacker and an excellent planner, so he pulls off a really nice clean triple on this base. Just clean up, we'll 4 times it. Lord knows I've been talking enough. This video is probably going to be long enough without waiting for cleanup. So there we go. Excellent attack by Johnny Boy. with that, let's go into the next hit. We're going to look at a fresh hit now that Reggie pulled off on number 28. This is going to be a Bowler Witch attack. So this is a fresh hit, so we don't know what's in the CC. If it would have been a Hound in the CC, it might have been in trouble because it would have really limited the queen value. But what are you going to do? It's a fresh hit, you don't know. So the reason he picks this attack for this base, you're going to notice this side over here has very little splash damage until you get to the very back of the base. So it's a really good flank to send bowlers and witches down because, splash damage is what gets rid of all those skellies and really manages to kill those witches and bowlers quickly. So if you look at this side over here, we definitely have splash damage almost immediately with, the Wizard Tower mortar over there. Wizard Tower is much more dangerous, but there's no air defenses until you get to the very back of the base. So this is a good side to send bowlers, witches with 2 healers down, because even though there's that splash damage, those 2 healers are going to keep up those witches and bowlers through that splash damage. So, and another thing that makes this a good choice for bowler witch is the fact that these sides are so straight. It's really easy for bowlers and witches, or just bowlers or whatever, to walk straight down those sides, targeting, they're not going in, they're not going out, getting stuck on stuff. So nice, fairly straight sides make it a good option for bowler witch as well. And then you got to look at jump value, wall wrecker value. Can you make it through this whole base with a wrecker? So he brings 1 jump just in case his wrecker doesn't get through here, so he can get past this section into the core. Core was very important. His wrecker ends up getting a lot deeper than that, though, so he uses his jump on the backside to jump even further out of that base to reach those last sets of buildings here on the backside. So, just like I said, he's got bowlers and witches on the side with very little splash, and he's got bowlers, witches, and healers on the side that has splash, but really no air defenses until the end. Look at those giants he sends in. He knows this single target area reaches the area where he wants to get that wrecker in. So he sends, I don't remember, 5 or 6 giants in there first because they can really tank that single target Inferno for a long time, especially if you park them right there. It'll go through 1 giant and then it'll target the next giant. Really keeps that single target Inferno out of the game, keeps it wrapped up targeting those giants. So gets a poison down. Got a little lucky. It was a mixed CC on this base, and that works really well for this plan. So he got a poison down on it. He had a rage to start with. Kind of an unusual army comp. He only brought 1 rage. That's really unusual. So I don't know. If you're that comfortable with attacks, you can play with the composition. You can play with the spells. I think the key thing he wanted is he really wanted to have a poison for the CC, and he also wanted to have 2 freezes. So he brought 2 freezes in lieu of another rage. I don't know, maybe it was the best option. It obviously worked. It obviously worked on this base. He's a lot better at Bowler Witch than I am, so I'm not going to question his stuff. But that's not usually the composition you're going to see. Usually you're going to see at least 2 rages in these attacks. So gets out to that back section, had that freeze for that single, and that really delayed it a little bit. Valks that were in the wall wrecker and King are able to get in there and take it out with a little bit of help from the Queen. So with this, his left flank, unfortunately, they didn't go around the base. Maybe could have positioned those a little bit differently so they went around, but they went inside instead. So we do still have some buildings left up over here. But his flank that had healers and witches is still going really strong. So, oh wow, they hit a giant bomb, but that 1 healer that's left is managing to heal him back up all the way to full health. He also had a Queen with an ability still, so he's able to pop that and really get most of these defenses taken out. So, by the time the Queen goes down, there's only going to be 1 archer tower left. And those witches that are left with that healer on them are going to be able to take that out, no problem. Excellent fresh hit from Reggie. And those are the kind of things you want to look for when cooking a Bowler Witch army. You want to tailor your army to the base, cook it specifically for that base and the features of that base, and you're going to find a lot of success that way. So next we got Rolex's hit, aka Lexnos, Queen Charge Lalo on number 26. So, one thing you're going to notice on this is from the Town Hall over to this side, there's really no good way to get to that Queen with a wrecker. But Queen Chargers don't care where the Town Hall is. You can manipulate that as much as you want to. So he likes to go with a Queen Charge on this hit because he's able to come in on this backside and pick up, depending on which side he goes down, he's going to get at least 2 Wizard Towers. He's going to get that enemy Queen. He's going to probably grab that Expo at some point. And he also chooses to charge right into this Inferno Tower compartment. Probably just because he can. And it's really easy access. It's a really easy wall break over here. He brings a freeze to freeze that single target Inferno so that he has a little bit more time to get it down. So let's go ahead and see how this attack plays out. So once he manages to take out all that stuff, once he gets into this compartment, he's also going to be able to take out a sweeper and another air defense as well. So plenty of value there for a queen charge to come in on the backside with Lalo. At that point, there's, you know what I mean, maybe half the base is left, and the Lalo pathing is not bad at all, so really, really good attack on this base. So when you come in on a symmetrical base like this, you know, it's really hard to tell which way your queen's going to walk. But the good thing is, it doesn't matter which way she walks. You just have to be prepared for whichever way she walks. That's the side you're going to funnel. And you know what I mean? Other than that, you can start her right in the middle. And once you know for sure she's going to a side, then you bring down your king or you're funneling troops on the other side. You know what I mean? And because he could have very just as easily broken in on this side and gotten the same value since it's a symmetrical base. So kind of let the queen decide which way she wants to go. Once you know for sure she's going that way, then you bring in your funneling troops, your wall breaks, all that good stuff. Just make sure you're ready and prepared to do that on either side, depending on which side she walks. So king gets targeted by that single. That's unfortunate, but he does get that funnel established before he goes down anyways. So queen's doing a great job. By this point, while I was talking about which way the queen walks, you know, he already had the CC lure. He already killed the enemy queen. So he was able to get that freeze down on that Inferno and get it killed. He still hasn't used his ability yet. He's going to pop that right now. Take out that X-bow. Oh, man, Skelly traps get her hung up for a while, but those archers are going to help her get through quickly. So yeah, now she's in there just taking stuff out. Got an archer tower down. We got that other cannon down. Now she's going to grab the air defense and hopefully that sweeper. Boom, there we go. Sweeper's down. So now he's going to come in with his Lalo. Queen's still alive. You know, she's not going to grab any more defenses, I don't think, at this point. But, you know, she can definitely help with cleanup a little bit, so that's nice. So had his hounds and loons coming into that first section with a rage to get it taken out quickly. He's got his max loons coming in and his blimp. Hasting through. He's going to have a heal for that final section. Really good choice there. 2 wizard towers. Really dangerous to end on unless you bring a heal. If you bring a heal, you can end on wizard towers all day long. 2 of them, 3 of them, no problem. Heal over that section, and the wizard towers can't do enough damage to keep up with that heal. So really excellent choice of attack on this base by Lexnos here, and a really clean execution as well. Just beautiful queen charge Lalo. Remember, these base builders now have caught up with the wrecker. They're taking away the wrecker value. They're making it really hard to get to the queen with a wrecker, or either that or really easy to get the queen and really hard to get any other value after that. So that's why these queen charges have definitely seen a resurgence in popularity, because base builders are not building against queen charges anymore. They're building against wreckers. So with that, let's take a look at Ballin's hit on number 24. Oops, just kidding. There we go. All right. So we get a pretty long, narrow base here, and so Ballin thinks miners. He's definitely taking a page out of Hex's book and finding creative ways to use miners that are a little bit out of the ordinary, but he's doing really well with it. So he's going to bring in a blimp. First of all, he's got cooked. He's got a queen walk miner army cooked. That's due to the general shape of the base. If you can funnel this, you know, one side with the queen walk and the other side with a king, you have a really nice narrow strip for miners to go down. But this side that he wants to walk his queen down, remember, you don't want to walk your queen down this side. We've got a bunch of air defense over there, maybe some black bombs that can reach the healers, especially this one. This one she can't reach, so he wants to walk his queen down this side where there's a lot of trash, not a lot of defenses, but he's going to get rid of this single target Inferno so he can do that walk with just a rage and a blimp right off the bat. Also taken out 2 wizard towers in that section as well. As you guys know, wizard towers are a huge threat to any sort of mass troop. Loons, hogs, miners, any of those buildings that do a lot of splash damage are a huge threat to him. So with that blimp and rage, he takes out the single to clean up his queen walk, and he also takes out 2 wizard towers as well. So really creative way. You know, and he shapes the base even further. So if you look at his entry right here, is going to be super thin. You know, it thickens out a little bit through the rest of the base, but anytime you can thin a section of that base for the miners, it really helps a lot with pathing. So king's down on the other side, cutting out those trash buildings, cutting in that side of the funnel, and miners are going in at this point. Hound Loon in the CC. If it would have been a damaged CC, he would have needed to draw that out to the queen, you know, and I think that's what he intended to do with the loons, because this was a fresh hit. But you got to remember, if there would have been Valks in that CC, they would not have been drawn to the loons, so they wouldn't have gone to the Queen Walk, and they would have wrecked a lot of miners. So a little bit risky on this hit, how he did it here, but he does manage to get it done. If it would have been a cleanup hit and he would have known there was a hound in the CC, I would have said it was really well planned. As it was, I think he was kind of banking on that it was probably going to be a hound. So a little risky, but I mean, obviously it worked. So he has a rage in on that middle section along with the heal. They were stuck on some skellies. They were stuck on the enemy king. Those are all things that slowed down miners quite a lot, but the rage heal really helped him get through that section quickly. Gets a heal on that back multi-target Inferno selection. Really good choice to heal right there. Again, normally you would expect some giant bombs to be in that compartment, so you definitely need to heal in there. This guy didn't have any giant bombs in there, but you can't risk it. If you have any giant bombs in there, they're going to be gone so fast with that multi, so you got to plan on healing areas like that. So with that, it's going to wrap up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and times 2 it, because they're kind of taking their sweet time. Unfortunately, Queen is going to lock onto the Hound. He's got a popper ability. Not a big deal. I think she's got enough archers and healers left to help that those pops aren't going to be a problem. And the miners are going to go in there. I have no idea how they missed that wizard tower. Not a clue. Like, they were right there. They should have gone to it, but they didn't. That happens a lot with miner hits. Usually not a big deal. Usually they can backtrack and go get it at the end of the raid. But I see that all the time on my hits too. Miners will miss like one building. I'm not sure what's up with that, but hey, it happens. Anyways, it was a beautiful triple by Ball. And like I said, if he would have known for sure that there was a Houndloon in the CC, I would have said that thing was planned perfect. As it was a little risky, because if there would have been any Valks in that CC, they wouldn't have got drawn by the loons in the blimp, and they wouldn't have gone out to be killed by the Queen. They would have put in some work on those miners. So a little risky, but you know what I mean? Still an excellent attack. All right, now we're going to look at Sir Bacon Sui Lalo on 23. Now, I'm going to admit to you guys right now, Sui Lalo is not something that I've mastered entirely. Not to the point that most of these guys in WHF have it down. So my commentary, I apologize if I'm a little off on this. But I do know that this was a cleanup hit. So he did know that there was a Houndloon in the CC. And you guys have heard me say, miners are a great option if there's a Houndloon in the CC. But you're going to see there's some big gaps in this base that really kind of makes pathing miners through it difficult. You know what I mean? You'd almost have to do 2 separate groups of miners, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to split them up. You want to keep them concentrated together, funneled. So probably not a great option for miners here. Sui Lalo is also an excellent option for bases that have a Houndloon in the CC, because you can send in a blimp and loons if you want to take out specific objectives, and they're not going to even pull that Houndloon out of the CC. And then you can just use your heroes around the outside, usually your king, either taking out outer buildings or tanking for your queen so she can take out more buildings on the outer ring of the base. Basically, you're just trying to improve the pathing for your Lavaloon section. So he's got lots of spells and lots of troops on this Lavaloon section. So let's go ahead and see where he chooses to use this. So he knows about that Tesla farm, so he's going to use his king to tank it and take it out. He might have known from a previous attack there was a red bomb there as well. Might have been a very dangerous area. So he's going to take out, first of all, 2 Teslas, a mortar so far with this Sui. That baby dragon's putting in some serious work too. We've got a cannon down now from the Sui as well. Now the Queen's going to be stepping up to grab another air defense and an archer tower as well. And, just cutting out a nice little section of this base to improve the pathing for the Laloon portion. So now she's going to pop her ability. Is she going to get another wizard tower? She does. All right, or actually that was the first wizard tower she got, but still, great value from the Sui there. Really thinned out the entry of that base. And if you look at what's left, it's not a C shape, it's not an L shape. A lot of times you can't do that with just a Sui Lalo. So, but it's also not bad pathing either. You got some pretty direct pathing into these air defenses. The air defenses are set back a little ways, so your hounds are going to be able to get in there and tank for those longer. All your remaining wizard towers are super accessible, so even though they're not necessarily being tanked by those air defenses, you can still run a hound through them to clear red bombs and direct target them with the loons, get them taken out really quickly. So he gets his first 3 haste down, pre-places those haste. When you're Lavaloon, it's a lot of troops and a lot of spells all at once. So if you drop your first 2 or 3 hastes ahead of time, that can really help you keep up with the attack and make sure you get everything down on time. And it speeds those loons in so fast behind those hounds. It's really going to take out that first part of the base really quickly. So it just makes it a lot easier. You know what I mean? Some of these guys don't need to pre-haste. I know Lexnos never pre-haste. I don't know if Vince ever does. They've been doing Lavaloon for so long, they don't need to. They can do all this stuff really fast. I have to pre-haste. It really helps me a lot to be able to get all my other drops down in time and not forget anything, because there's a lot going on in these Lavaloon attacks. A lot. Just fast spells, troops, drops, all this stuff that you have to have in order too. You know what I mean? You got to have your hounds tanking for the loons in the right angles, and loons in soon enough so those hounds are still in there doing some tanking by the time loons are coming in. It's crazy. It's a lot of stuff to remember. It's a lot of stuff to learn. Practice helps a lot with that. But those pre-hastes, your first 2 or 3, depending on how soon you can get those loons in. You don't want them to be too soon, because then they'll wear off before your loons get there. But pre-haste can be a really effective way to just kind of cut out one little step of the process, so that you're able to get all the other stuff done quickly and in a timely fashion. It's really helped me a lot in my Lalo, so it might help you as well. So there we go. Sir Bacon, kind of a pre-haste there, running all his loons through it, being a little fancy. I like it. I love it. Gotta love swag. Beautiful hit. Another excellent way to take out bases that have hounds and loons in the CC. You know what I mean? It could be used as a fresh hit too. If you haste in that some loons, either to draw the CC out. If it's a hound loon, it's not going to come out. If it's a damaged CC, you know, you can come out and kill it with your Sui heroes. You know, or a lot of people are using that blimp, sending the blimp in with loons and a rage or haste to take out a big section of the base, and also going to draw out any troops that are going to hit your air troops to go be killed by the heroes. So we're seeing that really effective attack as a fresh attack too. So you just got to draw that CC out if there's something that can be drawn out, and deal with it with the heroes or baby dragon poison as well. So, you know, a lot of different stuff we covered there. A little all over the place. You know, I hope you learned some things that are going to help you in your attacks. I hope you saw some things that are going to give you some ideas of things that you can incorporate into your attacks, or, you know what I mean, definitely help with the basic identification, what you're looking for on these attacks, the objectives that you need to get and take out on those. So I hope you liked the video, and I will see you in the next one.
Nerf this!